Welcome to the Creative Business Community Podcast, where creativity meets business. I'm Erin Madeley, and each week we'll share stories, tips, and inspiration to help you grow your creative business. Let's dive in.
Right. So, hi everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of the Creative Business Community Podcast. I'm your host Erin, and with me today I'm really excited to have the wonderful Rosie Button from Fremantle Pottery with me. It's a chance for me to geek out a little bit over clay, as anyone who's been listening will know that is my jam. So Rosie has been throwing herself full into her pottery. Yes, no pun intended. For about 18 months now, you made the full-blown transition, but you've actually been doing your pottery for longer than that. But about 18 months ago, she transitioned into full-time Fremantle Pottery. And so we thought we'd get her in to talk about all things creative business. So welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
I just noticed you got a bit of clay on your shoe.
I do, yeah.
I wonder if I've got clay on me.
It's all right. I've got some on my jeans as well. Like, that's just,
it happens.
It does. It washes off eventually.
Yeah.
I forgot. I went into my studio this morning and I dropped some slip, I think, when I was doing a bit of a tidy up.
So it's hair I miss.
Yeah, I always feel like I get everything and then I go into the bathroom and find like random bits of clay on my face. I'm like, oh, I didn't even touch myself there. But Fremantle Pottery is not where you started out, is it?
No. I studied engineering at uni.
Yeah.
And I worked in engineering for about 8-10 years. And then I bought a camera. I think we got $1,000 from Kevin Rudd.
Oh, yes,
I bought a camera.
Yeah,
I bought a camera, digital, SLR. And then, then I started taking photos of people and I just got obsessed with photographing people. And then I found out that people actually had their portrait taken and paid money for it.
And you can actually charge for that kind of thing.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, I wonder if I can... I was still quite into kind of vintage things, kind of rockabilly, kind of custom culture stuff. So I was like, I wonder if I can combine the two. And like portraiture and that kind of styling. And then, Rosie Button Photography was founded.
Yes. And you ran that for about 11 years, is that right?
11 years, yeah. Wow. It seems like, it kind of feels like it hasn't happened, but it has.
But it has, yeah. And I remember seeing all of your advertising everywhere and all of the cool shoots that you did for people.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
So how did you kind of transition? So did you do that full time then, or were you still working as an engineer?
Yeah, I had a studio, I had staff, and it was amazing. Yeah, and we really helped people that were kind of on the brink of feeling good and confident themselves, or rebuilding their confidence, really take it to the next level and believe in themselves again and feel confident again. So we had like cancer survivors, we had sadly domestic violence survivors or getting out of kind of thing, and older women kind of refinding their sexuality, and it was amazing to see these women transform and glow and buzz. And
and I guess that was really where you leaned into, is that helping women be really comfortable in their own skin.
Totally.
Which is such a really cool thing.
It was amazing.
So at what point in time did you make that decision, I guess, to kind of go whole hog with the photography?
So luckily I got made redundant.
Ooh.
It was a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I was overseas. I didn't really want to come back to my engineering job. The photography was kind of bubbling away, but I don't know if I would have taken that leap from a good salary to starting my own business on my own, to be honest. Like, my whole path could have been very different, but luckily I got made redundant, and that pushed me to kind of make it into a real business. Do you know what I mean? And I have to do all the real business things, like rent premises and take that leap. And I think I got redundancy package or something, and then I was like, right, worst case scenario is all that money disappears and I have to get a job. I was like, right, was very lucky. I got a short-term lease. I got a 3-month lease, which was very lucky. I ended up staying there for 2 years.
So not so short term in the end.
Yeah, but I was really lucky, so it was low risk. So yeah, and then I was like, well, I'll give it a go 3 months, and then and it just kind of boomed straight away. So it was pretty,
fantastic.
Pretty amazing.
So how did you go about that, I guess, starting point? Did you sit down and write yourself a business plan?
No, I'm a real doer.
Yeah.
I just was like, I think I was booking clients over the phone, and then I was like, right, now I need to get hair and makeup artists to come and do their hair and makeup. So I'm a kind of a jump in, and everything else will
work itself out.
I did do a business course specifically for portrait photography, I think a few months beforehand, which kind of gave me what could be possible kind of money wise. Do you know what I mean? Like that gave me I think the business course was like, if you get one client a week spending this much, then you'll kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You should be able to make a good salary kind of thing. You know what I mean? So that gave me a goal. I was like, okay, if I get one client a week or something, then...
I think that's one of those things where when you're starting out, particularly in like a service-based business, you go, well, what do I actually need in order to make this work?
Yeah.
And I guess that's where that course would have come in handy.
Yeah. So I suppose that... And I'd seen the person who ran the course showed me, because he was doing it, showed me it was possible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah. So that was... I suppose that's a business plan of sorts. I knew...
Well, at least you got to see...
I had a tiny framework.
Yeah, and got to see behind the scenes for somebody else who successfully was able to do it.
Yeah, exactly. So...
And did you know from the beginning that that's kind of the niche that you wanted to be in? Is this pin-up empowerment space?
I think the pin-up thing was a yes, but the empowerment thing came... Like that wasn't a goal at the beginning. Like we didn't go like, do you want to like really build your confidence or like concrete end confidence? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like really like see it. I think we just started and we're like, oh, this is going to be fun. And then women just kept writing to us and emailing us saying, oh my God, like I felt so confident. I went for a job promotion and I got it. You know what I mean? Or I got naked in front of my husband again. Thank you so much. Like it's really helped the spark between us, like people. And then that became the driver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which,
really cool.
It was amazing.
So it was really, I guess, almost organic sort of.
Yeah. And then that, after a couple of years, we're like, okay, like that became our main goal for people to have that real transformative kind of experience. Yeah.
So you keep saying ours. So you ended up having people who were working for you.
Yeah, a couple of staff.
Yeah.
I had one full-time person and then kind of a part-time person. So that was definitely a responsibility.
How did you find it being the boss?
I felt like we're a real team. I feel like I'm a crap I wasn't really a
boss.
You know what I mean? I think I was very lucky with I'm hoping you're the same, like very lucky with the people that work with me.
Yeah. You
know what I mean? So only a few times that had to be boss, but I think it was always clear, can you do this? Like I was the one giving instructions. Do you know what I mean? Guiding the ship. So it wasn't like a partnership or anything like that. That was clear, and luckily, I had kind of creative input, but I didn't have any... No, I don't want to do it, or I didn't ever have any other,
Didn't have to pull anyone up and say you're doing the wrong thing.
So I feel like, I might be a bit crap at that.
It's a thing I could feel like is an ever-evolving skill set. Yeah, definitely I'm better at talking to people about things that I want and don't want in business now than I was when I first started out.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time that I hired someone and how, well, I don't know about you, but I found that to be a really intimidating thing, that idea of employing a person. What was that like for you?
Again, I think I was very lucky because she was just a couple of days a week to start with, you know what I mean? So it did kind of grow as the business grew as well. So, she had another job couple of days, and then it was perfect. It was a couple of days, and then after a couple of years it was full-time kind of thing. So once you get to once you've had figures for a couple of years, you're way more confident in I can take this person on full time. Do you know what I mean? I would definitely say the first 2 years you've just got to work your ass off.
Yeah.
You've got to do a lot of hours. You've just got to work your ass off first couple of years, I think.
Yeah, I definitely can relate to that. There was very little sleeping going on in those first couple of years.
Very long hours. Yeah, you've just got to. But I mean, you're having fun. You're exploring. You're working it out. So the time just flies. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you find it that way.
Yeah, well, the fact that we're coming up to the 10-year anniversary, and it's weird.
Yeah, I saw that. It's fantastic.
Weird to me though. This thing that I started. It's been around for that long now. You would have gone through the same thing with photography. 10
years was pretty... And even 2 years, I think the statistics on businesses even making it 2 years is bad.
Yeah.
If you've made it to 2 years, you're doing well.
Yes. And then if you make it to 5, you're doing
great.
Yeah. And so I think it's definitely a thing I can relate to. And obviously at some point in time you picked up some clay.
Yeah, so it was interesting because I did an exhibition last year for the Wedge conference, and I was like, I actually was writing a bio, and I just had this memory of being a really small child, 7 or 8, and I remember we went on a school trip to dig up to a riverbed, this is only a recent realisation that, we actually dug up some clay, mixed it with sand, and made I think it must have been studied the Romans or something. We made a little Roman jug, and everyone was apparently must have made a good one, because I just remember in my mind everyone going, "Wow, that's really good." Yeah. Maybe they were saying that to everybody, but I don't
Hey,
know.
no, you probably had the best.
I probably had the best jug.
Probably the best jug.
But then I was actually at Frio Christmas Bazaar. And I met my kind of mentor, Cher Shackleton, there. She had a stall there, and had wheel throwing classes. And I was just like, right, I'm doing it. So this was about 10 years ago. So yeah. And
so pretty early on in the photography.
Yeah, I suppose so.
When you started having some lessons.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but I think I was definitely hooked on doing classes. Yeah. Or just, the wheel throwing, it just really kind of get you hooked. If you love it, it's just...
If you love it, you love it.
You love it,
yeah.
And it doesn't feel like all the struggles, I look back and go, oh God, learning was a real struggle, but the struggles didn't seem like a struggle. No. You're just enjoying it,
It's a very... for me, it's a very zen, mindful kind of process. Even if I'm having a bad day in the studio, I'm still having a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel maybe, because my photography was probably my hobby, and then it became the business. So probably then I needed to feel that hobby. So maybe that's, why it happened.
Yeah.
So, and it was really easy because her studio was just around the corner from where I live, and my photography studio as well. So I was just went to classes, and then she couldn't get rid of me for quite a few years after classes.
I love that.
So probably the longest, I don't know, one of the longest students, but I just kept going to classes. Didn't want to not go. I don't think I was obsessed as I am probably now. I don't think about it as much. I don't remember going to I suppose I was thinking about my business, my photography business, do you know what I mean? So I wasn't waking up thinking about clay and what I'm going to make, which I do now.
Yes, yeah. I wish I could wake up and just think about what I'm going to make and what I'm going to do. But that's weird. You're right. When you're running a business, that's where your head goes.
Yeah.
And so now that your pottery is your business.
Yeah, so my head goes there. Yeah.
And so you did the classes there for how long?
About 5 or 6. Yeah, about 5 or 6 years.
Wow.
Feels like longer, but it wasn't. I suppose because I'm still in touch with Cher. So about 5 or 6 years, just going to classes, and then I don't know if it's a luckily, she retired, so I had to sort my shit out at home, which forced me to get my kiln and wheel and work all that other, all the other stuff that you need to make.
So before that, you didn't have anything at home?
No, I had a wheel maybe a year or two before that, just to start, just to get more practice. To get more practice then, it was probably growing. Otherwise, it was just a real hobby. Before that, it was just more a hobby, just go to class and then, like a hobby kind of thing.
So at what point in time did you think, maybe I want to do more with this?
I knew, I suppose I'm 40, I'm 45, but I knew when I retired it would be my thing. I would be full, like, that's kind of what that was my, retire, getting old plan or whatever.
It's my plan too.
But also because my husband's like 10 years older than me, so I plan to like retire or whatever at 50 because he's 10 years older than me. And I was like, he's not retiring without me.
Without you
doing
it as well.
I'm like, that's just not fair.
See, whereas my dad keeps asking when my mum's going to retire. He's been retired for a while now, and she's like, no, I'm not ready yet. You could do something. Don't you want it? And no, she's reduced how much she's working.
Yeah,
but she loves what
she does.
Yeah. But I can relate. Like, I can't imagine. Well, actually, I can imagine my husband retiring and me resenting him being retired. I imagine that's a similar sort of thing. You're like, it's not fair.
You're hanging out and like going to the beach or going to a cafe, and I'm going to not that I always loved the photography that I love. We just had a ball. And to see to see people realize, like, because like I still believe every woman is beautiful, and I'm just like, some people had sadly things happen or people say shit that makes them not realize it, and for them to see that again, like it was pretty amazing.
And I think in those photo shoot moments where you're in a situation where you look at yourself in a different way. Like I don't get dressed up and put makeup on every day and like have good lighting on me all the time. Like, I get up and just walk out of the house and like this, and so I would imagine it'd be a lot of the same sort of thing. To view yourself through someone else's eyes, like through your eyes.
But I suppose the further we got into the business, we started including people's partners or families, more, so we would get their perspective on the person we're photographing as well. Do you know what I mean? So that was really powerful as well for sometimes we'd like the husband would send flowers for her to have on the day of her shoot and put a letter in there saying what he thinks is beautiful or loves about her, that was so they would also like to see it written, like you can't deny it, if someone says it to you, oh, you look beautiful today, you're like, whatever, but when you see it there on a piece of paper or or something, like it was powerful.
Very powerful. And so
I feel bad not doing it anymore.
You can just dust your camera off one day. So now you're full-time with the pottery. So what prompted the decision to, I guess, stop with the photography and go whole in with the pottery?
I suppose probably, I don't know. The pottery obviously was growing gradually, where it was becoming more than a hobby, but a bigger hobby. You know what I mean? More of my mind was thinking about it. And I was just like, well, that's why I started doing markets as well, because it's like, man, like there's only so much I can have in my house, so much I can give away, like a kind of and I'm a sociable, I like being on my own, I'm making on my own at home, but I like the sociableness of the markets as well, and I suppose it's that little ego rub of people going, oh wow, you know what I mean, people you don't know, like our friends, family, you kind of, not that they have to do it, but you know,
you're like, oh, you say that, but you feel like they have to say that sometimes. So, whereas a stranger, they don't have to say that they like what you do.
Yeah. So it's, remember ego rub. So that was growing, and then I suppose part of what we were doing with our photography was telling people, I suppose, to be confident and you can do whatever you want to do, or like do your dreams, or you know what I mean. And I suppose I was like, oh, maybe my dream has shifted to kind of doing my pottery more. And then I was just like, oh, do I go to like 4 days, or how do I work that out? And then I don't know, just decided to do it.
I would imagine that would have been a really difficult decision to come to.
I think I was ready. I feel like, oh God, I feel bad saying this, but I was absorbing a lot of people's problems, or do you know what I mean? Like I was, it was really good that we were helping people, but we were getting more and more into that emotional, like deep emotional, like it became a lot of pressure when you're dealing with people that have had like serious things go on in their past, do you know what I mean? So like it became, every session we were like, okay, it's got to be this life-changing thing, you know. So it was becoming more and more pressure in that way. So,
and that takes an emotional toll.
I think I was
not just the pressure to deliver this amazing experience, but also, you know, hearing all of those stories, that does take an emotional toll on you. It's why I'm not a therapist. So
I was kind of, I suppose, ready. I feel bad for but
you don't need to feel bad, but I view it as there are seasons in our life, right? In terms of what you're capable of, or what you're, you know, able to do, or what you're interested in, and there are times like, and I always view it as, if I worked for somebody else, would I have stayed at the same job for 10 years? Probably not.
Yeah.
You know, like
the stress levels and the emotional,
And so there comes a point where you either pivot to something different, or you morph what you're doing into something different, or diversify, or, you know, all those sorts of things, which is what I kind of have been doing for the last couple of years.
Yep. I suppose it sounds terrible as well, like overheads getting higher and higher.
Profit margins just shrinking.
So that's that constant pressure as well. So
it's the less fun part of running a business,
looking
at numbers. I hate it with a passion. I make my husband do it with me because he's a mathematician, and
you have to look at them very regularly.
Well, you have to know what's going on.
Exactly. You can't put your head in the sand.
No. So I guess that kind of nicely leads me into the question of that transition into turning your hobby into a business, and again, you know, and
I don't know, I have a hobby now. I don't have a hobby. I don't think.
You're gonna find something different, do you think?
I don't think I have a hobby.
No?
I don't have time for a hobby now.
No, you're too busy building another business. So you made that transition into full-time pottery about 18 months ago, like you said. And then I'm going to ask the question of, did you create a business plan this time? No.
I don't know.
What steps do you think that you did take when you made that decision to, I guess, close Rosie Button Photography?
Again, we had a buffer of savings. It sounds terrible, but
no, it doesn't.
You know what I mean? Like,
it
I
makes
suppose,
sense.
Again, the worst case scenario is I have to get a job. So again, was in my mind, worst case scenario, I have to get a job.
I think that's actually a really fantastic mindset that people should have going into it. Is, you know, you have to put a deadline on how long you give something to actually work or not work. And I think that's part of the reason that things don't always work out for people going into business, is that they don't give themselves deadlines or milestones or goals to work towards. You know, I did the same thing. I applied for my redundancy, Back when I started out, I was the first year I ran my business, I also worked in the public health service. And it was right when the Children's Hospital was being built and departments were merging and changing, and I went, you don't actually need my job anymore. Why don't you make my position redundant? And that gave us a buffer that meant that I could leave my job earlier than I had planned, because I did work both for a while. But I think it's a really important thing to recognise, is that you do still have expenses to pay. You have a life you want to live, or a certain lifestyle you've grown accustomed to.
Yeah,
and
that has changed.
The lifestyle.
Potters don't make what photographers make, or yet.
It's a good goal to work towards. Yeah. So tell me about those first milestones of when you were in, I guess, in that business space of running the pottery as a business. What were some of the first, I guess, big things that you can think of that happened? Like when you bought your kiln, or when you bought your...
Yeah. Setting up the studio was, I suppose, financially was a big outlay, but now... That's the other thing, is I had a photography studio where we had a building external to home, which obviously has more overheads, where now it's like under our carport, like a little shed studio. Do you know what I mean? It's not very big, but it's enough. And I suppose, overheads came down substantially. No staff. Yeah. So it's a bit more organic, and I'm trying to keep it, I suppose, organic and sustainable more as much as I can, like reusing packaging, just using things like curtains for table covers, do you know what I mean? Things I had, rather than, just trying to keep it, I suppose, sustainable and keep costs down.
Well, I mean, that's a sustainable, just in a different way.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So, where am I going with this?
Just big milestones, where you're at.
I suppose one of the really great milestones was doing one of your clay markets. And the up market, for me to see what I, like, financially what I can make at the right place, with the right people, the right atmosphere, the right promotion, the right marketing, and starting to build a bit of a fan base with repeat clients. So I guess my question would be, do you find that you have like lessons or things that you learned through running your first business that have helped you with getting off the ground with your new one? Two I can think of off the top of my head. One is definitely social media, like educating people, being the face. If you're the face of the business, just be the face of the business, and people will love you. You don't have to look like an influence, like a beautiful influence. You have to be genuine. Yes. Just be genuine, and if you're passionate about kind of what you do, be there on social media and just be genuine. Yeah. I think. And the other one is at events. So we did, with the photography business, we did events, and we would just always engage people. Like, we did big expos, and like Everyone Expo when that was on, and things like that, and just engaging with people. It doesn't have to be what you're selling. No. You know what I mean? I was thinking about this on the drive here. I remember I was at a market, a farmer's market, and I love mushrooms. And someone was carrying a box, and I'm like, I'm fairly sure that's from the mushroom guys. I want to see her mushrooms. So she was just going to walk past my stand. She didn't really see the interest in my pottery, but I was interested in her mushrooms. So I was like, oh, what mushrooms did you buy? And then she showed me her box of mushrooms, and it made her obviously stop and go, who is this lady? And looked at all my things. And then I don't remember what she purchased, but she did purchase from my stand, And I had a great look at her.
And her mushrooms.
Look at her mushrooms.
No, I think that's a really great way to open up conversation. And you're exactly right. It doesn't have to be talking about what it is that you're doing. It can be about somebody else. Like for me, it's always, I like to look at people's shoes.
Or earrings.
Or like, you know, something that people are wearing and you're just like, oh my God, I love insert whatever you're wearing. And for me, it's typically something that's bright and colourful or looks really comfortable on their feet. I've got feet that are uncomfortable, and so I'm like, are those comfy shoes? Like, not only comfy but cute. Are they cute and comfy shoes?
And cutie.
Yeah.
Cutie. And you can wear all day. I suppose that comes a comfy thing.
Well, particularly like doing markets.
Yeah.
You're on your feet a long time. You
day.
need to look after them.
Yeah, definitely. But and I think I mean, it's got to be genuine something you're interested in. But then you start to find your tribe, right?
Yeah.
People who are into what you're into, and then they, like I say, they stop and go, oh, what's this about?
Yeah.
You know, so.
And you start to build relationships that way as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, fans or friends. I never really... Fans is a weird... Yeah, not the right word. You know, friends or repeat customers. I don't know what you call
customers,
them.
I guess. Collectors.
But there are also people that come and have a chat, and, you know, it's really nice.
Yeah.
And send you messages.
It's your customer base. It's your following. And it does sound weird to say, but like, I'm a fan of people, and so I think that works.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was very excited. I'm going to open this now. Rosie brought a little thingy. Because
I hope you were going to put in my shoes.
No, but it's all right. I don't think they're in the camera, but I mean, we've already talked about mine having clay all over them. But I am a fan of Rosie's work, and I do already own some. And so Rosie...
Oh, yeah, you've got a mug.
I've got one of your mugs, so use it.
I feel terrible. I only used one of those mugs because I put the handle on and I was like, oh yeah, it feels right. And I only actually used one at a market because I didn't have a mug the other week. I was like, actually, these mugs are pretty good.
And they're the right size for me.
Yeah, they're a good size.
But even then, you know, you can apply your handles the same way all the time, and they all feel different. So I don't know if you remember that when I went and picked them all up.
Yeah.
These are beautiful. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Now I'm going to have to decide if I'm going to keep them to be office plates or home plates. But these are beautiful.
My husband likes them with a bit of a dip, so that if you've got something juicy.
Yeah. I've made plates for the first time. None of them are the same size. But they do stack, and they didn't warp, so I was pretty excited. But this is a great example of the kind of work that Rosie does.
And I like the brush stroke because you just get one. You just have to be confident and just go. Yeah, it's kind of fun.
That's so cool. They're beautiful. So tell me a little bit about like your creative process. Would you say you have a creative process that you follow?
I think I always make better when I sketch. Yeah, when I sketch, and it's good. I like to push myself to sketch like 8 or 10 of the similar thing. Like if I'm doing teapots or jugs, like to do a similar, but try to do 10. Or my cauldrons, when I made my cauldrons.
Yeah, I love the cauldrons. They're beautiful.
So, I think that sketching, then whilst you're sketching, you're thinking about how you're going to actually form the shape. But yeah, it's fun to make a series of similar but different.
Yeah. I guess during that sketching process, do you think about the final size of the object that you want it to be as well?
Yeah. So I would normally sketch on a not gridded paper, and then I sketch on a gridded paper, then I can measure out proportions. I suppose I was an engineer.
Yes.
I'm a bit anal.
Yeah.
So I would sketch and then sketch on squared paper, so I can get the measurements, and then I want it to be this normally I go with height rather than width, so I want it to be this height, so my belly needs to be this width kind of thing. And then my base is where you're starting, so you need to know roughly where your base is going to be. Am I going to put a foot ring on it? So then I would sketch on squared paper and then have a rough idea of amount of clay, because I don't want it to be overly heavy or depending on what you're making for. And then I would throw one and go, okay, this is too, and then cut it and then go, this is too much or too little clay, and then adjust.
So you talked before we started hitting record about that your, I guess, YouTube apprenticeship, but then you've also had this trip where you went to Japan, and you've got some more trips coming up. So how do you decide?
Japan was amazing.
And how do you decide where you're going to go and what you're going to want to focus on?
I've been to Japan 4 or 5 times, and I wanted to just be in Japan for a month, just be immersed. And I suppose always been into Japanese culture, and then just wanted to learn their way of doing things. So spent a month there, which was amazing, and learned lots of things. But I'm definitely not a perfect make everything exactly. I'm getting closer, but I'm just some people have got that eye, or I don't know. It's like draw a straight line, and or a circle. I probably couldn't.
You were talking about drawing things before. I can't draw. I can't draw at all.
You can draw an outline of a pot.
No, I can't. It never is going to turn out how I want it to. So for me, I have to it's a lot of visualization, or look at a picture.
Or put a pot in front of you is another good way.
Yeah, but my husband has a favourite mug that he wants me to replicate, and do you think I can't do it? I'm like, I know where this mug came from. I will go and get you more from this person. And so I did. I was like, here, have more mugs. But I like things to not be the same. Yeah. So for me, that's nothing I make is the same.
Yeah. I'm gradually, it's funny because I like the mug you've got, I'm making more and more and more. And it's coming.
Yeah.
It's just gradually from repetition coming more and more similar.
And I guess it's like anything, is that the more you spend time on something, the more you're perfecting and practicing those skills. Like the amount of time you would have had to spend with your photography at the beginning versus at the end.
Yeah. I always say it's kind of driving. Actually, photography is really interesting because when you're photographing somebody, you've got to have a conversation. You've got to do the camera settings and do the lighting and pose them.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's not just point and shoot.
Yeah, and have a conversation at the same time. Yeah, so
definitely,
it's a lot.
Very different than what you're doing now.
Yeah.
So you start with your sketches, and then you weigh out your clay, and you throw everything. And when you're doing those sketches, do you think of things like the glaze and the finish?
Sometimes, I suppose if I'm putting texture, I have a palette now. I'm trying to expand it a bit, but I feel like I'm always doing tests, and then when I try to do the bigger, it's a disaster. And I just go back to my safe zone.
Yeah.
So some things I'm definitely thinking about the glaze, because it's really, some glazes will pick up texture more than others. So on the clay choice also will determine what glaze I'm using. So I am thinking, most of the time I'm thinking about the finished. Yeah, the finish.
What you want it to look like as a whole, not just as a shape.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And then I think it's easier when you're glazing, because it's kind of obvious. Yeah, certain forms. Yeah, I mean, it's taken a while to get there.
And you're always learning. It's there's always new things to learn and new techniques to try. And, ways to experiment.
Yeah.
So what would you say a typical day looks like for you these days, or is it every day is different?
No, I think it's fairly similar. Or actually maybe it's a bit seasonal. Normally, like this morning, we go to the beach for a swim, have breakfast, and then actually first thing is probably get up, go touch the pots and see if they're dry or wet, or if they need turning over, or what stage. This is why I love having the studio at home, because I can just go, okay, I can do something else for a couple of hours and just wait this morning, or they need to be turned over to dry the other side. So get up, go for a swim, have some breakfast, go to the studio. I suppose I have a monthly, what I think is a fairly monthly-ish cycle with make for 3 weeks, and then there's a firing week. So that's pretty much
that's the process. And are you in the studio every day, or?
I had a good balance last year at some point, maybe in winter or something, where it was Monday to Friday, but I'm going away quite a bit in the next few months. I'm doing quite a lot of markets in the next few months, so I am doing a lot of days.
A lot of days. And then do you...
Because it's fun.
Yeah.
And there's always something to be doing.
Yeah.
There's always something to be done so...
Do you set aside time for the business admin, or is that just kind of whenever you can squeeze it in? Or
Yeah, to my firing week, because I've got a small studio, it's too hot to be in there when the kiln's on.
Yeah.
So that's a catch up with all the other stuff.
All the other things.
Maybe clean the house. Maybe.
Oh, who wants to do that? No.
Maybe.
If you can be bothered. Oh, so what would you say is maybe a challenge of running your own creative small business that people don't see or don't think about?
Oh.
There's a bit of a squirrely one.
I suppose there's from a making perspective is sometimes you'll have to have 3 goes or 4 goes to be able to make something, and you're just selling one. You know, where 3 or 4 attempts to make one.
Yeah.
Um,
and I think that's something that people forget when they're buying a finished product, is that the finished product is not all that goes into it.
Yeah. So that's probably from a kind of making perspective. Things that people don't see, I suppose, is like insurance. Like when we had the photography business, the overheads it was about 10 grand a month. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know it was like a lot. Yeah. Don't think about that now.
No.
It's gone.
You don't have to worry about that one anymore.
The overheads. And insurance. All the I don't know how all the bits add up.
Yeah.
All the little bits, like accounting software, like all the little Spotify, like all the little subscriptions. Like Photoshop now is a subscription.
Yeah, you can't just buy software once.
You can't just buy software once anymore, so yeah.
Yeah, it's all those little things that you don't think of. And I always think it's a good idea to, as you're making those little purchases, you need to write them down, because sometimes you get to the end of the year and you don't realise what subscription services you have anymore. Like even things like I sent somebody a file on Dropbox, and at some point in time I had to upgrade that account, but I don't need that level of the account, and then, go back and review those things as well.
Review this. That's a really good call. Yeah, because you're like, oh, it's only a small amount, but they all add.
Yeah, and if you're not buying all those things at the same time, when they renew or when they direct debit from your account isn't all the same either. And so I always like to, I'm going to have a spreadsheet. I'm a big fan of a spreadsheet, so I'd write them down. I subscribe to this new podcasting software.
Yeah. Another one.
Another software I'm paying for.
But that's a good call to review that, and and I would be like, oh, it's just a small amount, but like they all, and I suppose also talking to your insurance broker if you have one to even get a better deal. Look at your excesses. The other one is I used to call Optus my phone, because we had internet and a couple of phone lines. Like we had a landline and a mobile, and then we had a mobile for the alarm security and stuff like that. And calling your phone provider and getting a better deal. Yeah, getting a better deal from them, I think.
Yes, I keep asking until they keep telling me that I'm on the best deal, and I went, that can't be right. With the number of phones we now have.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a big bill when that comes every month. I don't like that. But yeah. So what would you say feels easier now and harder now compared to when you, I guess, transitioned into the pottery business? If anything.
I remember the first few months I slept really well at night. What is easier now is, oh God, it sounds terrible, I only have to deal with customers when I'm doing a market once a month. Do you know what I mean? It sounds terrible. I don't sell online, so it's just literally in person. I wanted my business not to be too much businessy.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be on the computer
all the time.
I wanted to just be making, and for some reason I think of all the like potters over the thousands of years that people would have just gone to their local potter to get
whatever they needed.
They wouldn't have, you know what I mean? Like, so I feel like there's enough local people if you want something handmade to get something handmade.
So I think that's a really interesting way to think about business as well. You know, we don't all need to be online selling. We don't all need to be doing the same thing. There is space.
There is space.
And I know you're stocked at
Common Ground.
Yeah. So how often do you find you need to go and do a stock drop?
Probably more often.
Probably more often than you're doing now?
I
this
can't
could be a reminder to you.
Yeah, no, I just can't make. Yeah,
can't make enough.
Can't make kind of enough to. Like, I had thought about like, oh, do I need someone to stock somewhere else? I'm like, I can only just keep up, because I think I've been there a couple of years, so kind of work out what's like a good sell for them, and it is kind of really nice because Mon, who runs it, like, I feel like I'm supporting another small business.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, which is a really nice. Nice
gives the warm fuzzies.
Yeah, it's a nice feeling. So yeah, between me and her, and obviously what's sold in the last kind of couple of years has given us a
And do you find different things sell at Common Ground than what you sell at markets?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, weird shit sells it, especially the crafted clay market that you guys do. Weird shit sells there.
Awesome.
So, which I love, you know, like stuff that I like, but it's just a bit different, a bit more creative, or a bit more, you don't have to do something with it, you can just look at it.
You can just be an object of art.
An objet.
Yes. Well, we're getting to the end of things now, so it's time for my quick fire round.
We did good.
So, are you a morning person, or do you prefer to be in the studio at night?
Morning.
What's your go-to coffee order?
Oh, I drink tea.
You drink tea? Black tea or herbal?
Black
tea. Do you like music or silence when you're working?
Oh, music.
Music? What kind of music do you like to listen to?
So if I'm glazing or tidying up, probably rock or metal.
Yeah.
But if I'm throwing, I have to have classical.
Yeah.
I need something more.
Yeah, a bit more zen.
Bit more zen.
Nothing that's going to all of a sudden have a drop and then just go off.
I got a lemon tree above my studio and it does drop lemons now and again, and I'm no. So it's like, whoop.
Maybe you need to trim some branches back. What is your favourite piece that you've ever made? Do you have one?
Oh, there's a couple of pieces that are not perfect that are in my garden that I love.
Yeah.
One of them is a cauldron, which when I first made the cauldron, everything stuck to the shelf.
Oh no.
So I had a whole shelf of stuff stuck to the shelf. This is why I'm nervous of trying new glazes.
Yeah. If you had to choose one word for your creative journey so far, what would it be?
Maybe adventure?
Adventure. Love that.
Yeah.
And my final question, what is one tool that you cannot live without?
My hands!
Your hands! Oh, it's time for our Creative Business Spotlight. So, we love to give a shout out to creative small businesses here. Obviously, that's what we're all about. That's why we talk to people like you.
Yeah, cool.
What is a creative business that you think other people should get around?
There is a lovely lady, Michelle Fleur artist, who does paintings and painting workshops and clay and just really creative, and she's a real sweetheart, and she supports lots of other little creatives.
Amazing. So we'll drop some links in the show notes so everyone can go and check out Michelle Fleur artist.
I hope that's her name.
Oh, I'm pretty
sure
sure
it is.
I'm pretty sure it is.
I'm so bad at names.
This is where if I'm in a market, you'll notice I don't say hi to people by name because I have now associated faces with businesses.
Oh, yeah,
and so I know the business
name,
but not but hers is her name. So
yeah.
So thank you so much for coming and spending time with me
pleasure.
today, Rosie. If people want to find you online, where can they do that?
So I'm just on Instagram, keeping it bare minimum. And now I was Fremantle Pottery, and then in December I got banned from social media. I lost everything. So now Fremantle Pottery Rosie, and I have no Facebook or Facebook Messenger.
So if you want to find Rosie,
Yep.
you've got to go to Instagram. Or come to a market that she's at. You tell people where you're going to be at?
So this Sunday, the 8th of Feb, I'm going to be at Fremantle Farmers Market, and then my very first Makers Market on the 1st of March.
Yeah.
I'm going to be here at Heathcote, so I'm super excited for that.
It's going to be great. Hopefully the weather
cooperates. Yeah. Always relying on weather.
Well, thank you so much, and we'll catch everyone on the podcast next time.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us this week on the Creative Business Community Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode, and join our community online. Until next time, keep creating, keep learning, and keep building that business you love.